Hey guys, Be Twice here. Today is Saturday, July 3rd. Happy 4th of July weekend. Hopefully you guys are doing some fun stuff with your families, grilling out, having some drinks. I wanted to do an update on Wish and where we currently sit and where we could be going here in these upcoming weeks and months. So basically what we see with wave theory is that our initial pump up was a wave one and we pulled back for a wave two. And when you actually analyze that impulse, it takes you to a wave five price target of around $30 a share. So we were having a nice uptrend. We had a five wave impulse up. So one, two, three, four, five. So we actually peaked for a higher degree wave one, and we're in the process of going down to bottom for wave two before ultimately we're going to be popping up into a white wave three, which is going to take us up to about $20 a share, depending on where we find bottom. It all depends on where we find bottom. If we go lower from where we currently sit, then our wave three price target could end up being 18. But if we stay where we currently are, then we're looking at $20 a share here. Probably in the next couple weeks. With that being said, the way wave theory works is obviously you have a five wave impulse, and within inside that five wave impulse, you're going to find a lot of other five wave impulses. So basically, this white five wave impulse will take us to another one. We'll pull back for a two. Ultimately, when we get to that impulse five, will take us to our wave five price target of 30 a share. But with all that being said, I don't want to go in too much detail. What we're looking at now is that we've actually had a five wave move down for an A. We pop back for a B, and we're in the process of a five wave move down for our C. So what I'm seeing is that we actually did bottom for C. So there's two things that could happen. We could have already found bottom and we could start our next wave up going for three, or we might find an actual complex correction. If we have a complex correction, we still should get a rally next week a little bit higher, and then ultimately it will head lower than the low that it looks like we set yesterday at about 10 a.m. So with that being said, hopefully we did find bottom already. We did hit right around this 100% extension, which does check the box for being a wave C price target. So that's why I'm calling this bottom for wave C. So the bulls really want this to be the absolute bottom and ultimately just rally straight from here up to that 20 a share. So we need to catch some buyers and hopefully all the weak hands are already out and hopefully we can get to this price target of 20 a share sometime within the next week or two. The bears, what they're going to see happening is that we'll get probably an early week rally next week. It'll fail somewhere around this 50% retracement of this dip, maybe around 14 a share. It'll fail to get above that, and then ultimately we'll be heading lower to go down to the $10 range. So bears see this going down to about 10 bucks. Bulls see this already being a bottom. Either way, whether you're a bull or bear, we should still see a three-wave move to the upside, and then ultimately, if we can break this $15 window, then we should be heading up to 20 a share. So I'm still long this stock. This is a loading area right here, so anywhere in this area I think is a buy zone. I was adding yesterday, and if we do head lower at all next week, I will continue adding. The trade is broken if it passes this wave two bottom right here, which is $9.70. So I'd watch that area closely. If it does break here, I would be out. But until then, I will be buying these dips all the way down until it goes past invalidation. Just because with how volatile the stock is, it could very easily head lower and then within days rally all the way up to 20 a share. So I do think Wish is undervalued. I do think this is a long-term hold. But you still want to be mindful of all the levels of where you potentially could be heading for a complete blowout if you go beneath. So I'd be loading the boat here, but we want to watch this wave two bottom very, very closely. All right, guys, if you like the one other thing before I finish that I did like is here with volume. So we're seeing a divergence on volume, meaning that as we're heading lower, volume's decreasing. That's a good sign for bulls because your volume should support the trend. So when you're trending upwards, so the stock price is going up, your volume should be increasing as it's going up. So if you're going up and your volume's decreasing, that's a divergence, meaning you're likely going to find a top very soon and bears are going to take over. If the stock price is going down, volume needs to be increasing to confirm the trend. If the stock price is going down and volume's decreasing, that means there's less people selling. So that's a good thing. So eventually you'll end up finding that bottom. So we're starting to see some divergence on the volume of the day. Hopefully we'll find a bottom here soon, and we'll start to see some big up days where our volume picks back up, and hopefully it'll be enough to really break this 15 resistance and send us somewhere up into the $20 a share range. All right, guys, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit a like and subscribe.